So today I'm inking a little bit of a project called Victory Folks. It will appear in an upcoming issue of YEET Presents, and it's essentially a bunch of public domain characters that were originally published by Victor Fox Syndicate, and hence the name Victory Folks. And I've cranked up the old Crow Quill pen from years gone by. This is a project that is a collaboration between me and Bill Loebs will be writing the script, and Jason Moore inked the first 5 pages. I'm inking a couple pages just to expedite the project because I've been taking so long doing the pencils. And Tom Orzechowski is going to be the letterer. It's the first time I've collaborated with the legend Tom Orzechowski, who now practically living in the same neck of the woods as me. He lives in Cleveland now. I think he was in the Bay Area back in the old days. And so I'm making a figure of Fletcher Hank's character, Stardust, who's the way I draw him makes him looks kind of like Megaton Man. Everything I draw looks like Megaton Man. And we started this project. I had the idea for this project back in the fall of 2019, when we all met up at the Great Lakes comic book fair up in Detroit. And of course life has intervened, so it's taken forever to get 5 pages out. These are actually the first installment should be about 10 pages altogether. And Mike Jones has been chomping at the bit to get this completed. He's already got a colorist working on it, and he's already had Bill script part of it. So this is how this is shaping up. I usually work on a couple pages at a time to let them dry. So this is another page. Here's Samson, another Victor Fox character, and he is battling Stardust. And I've already I tend to work in a very abstract way, as you can see. Whichever line happens to be falling the way that my wrist is moving, I can keep moving the paper around. I'm using a little burnisher to hold the paper down. This is Strathmore 2-ply, or Strathmore, no, it's actually Strathmore 400 drawing paper. And it's very nice for inking. It's harder and harder to find good paper that will take the rigorous demands of old school drawing supplies. Sometimes I'll have 3 or 4 pages going at the same time, just to give them all time to dry. And what else I can say? Order your copy of YEET Presents. And the one thing I'll say about the these public domain characters, especially the Victor Fox characters, is they all seem to be based on newspaper comic strip ideas. They all seem to be a little, based on Flash Gordon or Prince Valiant or some combination thereof, more than their kind of imitations of Batman or Superman or the superhero characters. Victor Fox was a Golden Age publisher who I think he aspired more to the newspaper market than to the comic book market. I think he was trying to get newspapers interested in picking up his features, which is why he called his company Fox Features Syndicate rather than a comics group or something else. So you get to see the finished artwork in YEET Presents. I think that's all I want to. I'll do a couple more lines here. Let's see if we can. It's mostly just going with the flow of your hand. This is my bottle of ink, my tool, my crow quill. I usually don't have an Android phone recording my inking, so it's a little cumbersome right now. So I'm not going to do too much of this, but give you at least show you some of that Joe Sinnott feathering that I try to do. Now I used to use brush, and Jason used brush on his pages, and he was able to follow my style pretty closely. So I'm trying to actually, well, this is just my inking, but it should match up pretty well. You won't be able to tell which pages are inked by which if we're doing our job. This is the Black Fury's sidekick I'm inking right now. Another Victor Fox character, and the Golden Knight. And the idea is that they form a public domain super team, and this is their origin story. I used to use brushes, I mentioned. I find that ink, I'm able to get the character that I want out of my pen line, and with a little more control, and people are surprised. It looks amazingly like my brush work. It doesn't, people can't really tell which tool. And the great inkers were the people like Joe Sinnott, who you couldn't tell which tool he was using, if he was using a Hunt 102 like this, which was his workhorse, or whether he was using a Winsor Newton Series 7 sable brush. The idea is to, whichever tool you're using, even if you're using a rapidograph or a micron or something like that, to blend them. Shouldn't look any different. Where was I? So as you can see, I jump around. And sometimes it's a couple hours before a page starts to look like an inked page. But this is what it looks like so far. And you'll see the finished artwork soon enough. So thank you for watching.